Okay, this is our 2014 Mini Cooper S. And unfortunately, in 2014, with the new F56 generation, you can only get a normal screen, a non-touch screen setup. So that's fine, considering, you know, a lot of 2014 cars maybe didn't have touchscreens at the time. And fortunately, when we bought this car used, the previous owner had opted for the 8.8-inch larger display. Now, another thing that comes with the 2014 car is that it doesn't come with Apple CarPlay as standard. In fact, it wasn't even out in 2014 as far as I know. So there are eBay and AliExpress sellers that sell these aftermarket CarPlay boxes, and I wanted to document the sort of ownership of one of these and how they work. Installation was pretty simple. This bezel comes off, this glossy plastic bezel. There are a few screws holding the head unit in. The whole head unit comes out. There's this piece here pops out, just clips, and then it allows you to easier access another clip here in order to remove this bezel. Also, the climate control and these buttons all come out as one unit. They just pop out. You really have to pull quite hard. Sort of worried about breaking it. But anyway, after all that comes off, the display has 4 cables, one for the hazard light, one for the buttons here, and 2 for the screen. Actually, sorry, 1 for the screen and 1 for this light around the bezel here. So you unplug all those, put the screen aside somewhere safe, and then there's a computer module behind the screen. You just need to lift that up. In this model with the 8.8-inch screen, which I believe is different in terms of the computer system that's installed, the cables are installed to the bottom of the computer, but you'll find other videos where the cables are installed at the top. Just one difference. And then I fed the cables through the back of the this glove box, and this is the unit here. The install's kind of messy in here, but if it's all hidden away behind the glove box, then I'm not too concerned. So we'll just put this cable in here. Okay, because it does have wireless CarPlay. So let's get this thing started up. I'll start it all the way up. Okay, and we'll be using this device here. This is my partner's phone, and it should connect right away. There, it switches over. Maybe you've heard a small click, and then it goes straight to wireless CarPlay. So you use the Idrive Controller here, and it moves the little blue selection circle there. You can see. You can go to music, and it'll play through the speaker system here in the Mini, as you can hear. And let's go back. GPS works. There's a little bit of lag. There's a bit of input lag, which is a bit strange, but and split screen works. So this was one of the only ones that I found that supported full screen and also split screen. So when you put it, we don't have a reverse camera installed in this car, but that's on order, and it actually would just plug right into one of these yellow cables here. It's just a video cable for the reverse camera. But so when you put it in reverse, I'm not going to do that, but it would switch over. There's just a relay that you can hear clicking in the box, and it switches over to that input. But to go to the settings for the box, you'd go to the BMW app. So we go to the BMW app, and then it goes into the box settings. So you can do things like change the language, all that. But one of them that was important, because this is a curved edge display here, there's a bit of real estate on the left end that is sort of lost. So I'll show you what it actually would look like. So you can see there's that black line there, and that was added because we couldn't read the time otherwise. So you go to setup, and then here it is. So CarPlay left scrap. I'm assuming this is number of pixels that you're scrapping on that side, and you can do that with any of them. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't pan the display over, it actually shrinks the display, or it compresses it. So it's a bit better than, you know, just a dumb pan over. But there's a bunch of settings here. I'll scroll through them so you guys can see. We'll go into each of these. So we'll go to display. You can change the brightness, saturation, chromaticity, contrast. The brightness actually is just contrast. They say that it's brightness, but it's not. The brightness is controlled with this here, which is what you'd expect. Audio, your typical audio settings with EQ and all that. There's some things about mic delay, and I haven't changed any of these settings. These are all default here. Reverse, this is presumably for the camera, so you can do original or aftermarket. So that's it for reverse. Wi-Fi channel, so you can change the actual channel of the Wi-Fi network that this establishes for wireless CarPlay. Let's see, right-hand drive, so this is the left-hand drive car, obviously in North America. Mirror the camera display, maybe if your camera comes mirrored for whatever reason, if it's something off AliExpress. I'm not sure what all these do. The scrap is the display settings, the way that it was shrunk in either dimension. Software update. I'm a little worried about software updating, because I'm pretty sure you'd have to connect to your own Wi-Fi network or via USB, and I don't really want to connect this Chinese device to my Wi-Fi network. Question and answer. We'll go to system version so you can see. This is my system version. Okay. User guide. I guess there's a guide that you can access online. That would have been nice for the install, but in order to actually access that guide, you have to have installed the display. So it was kind of counterproductive because I had to come up with my own way of installing this. So anyway, I'll put it in reverse and you can see what I'm talking about, how it'll switch. Hear that click over there? And then this would switch to the reverse camera. Right now it's just vehicle info because that was the last thing I was accessing. But I'll put this closer and I'll turn the AC off so you can hear that click. I'm gonna close the door. Have a listen. Hear that click? So anyway, that's just a relay in there. And wired CarPlay works as well. You plug it in with this USB that plugs into the box. This is just the panel that I removed from the back of the glove box, so that I didn't have to drill any holes. It's fairly clean if you don't open the glove box, but certainly you can make this a little bit better and probably hide that box somewhere else. But anyway, just wanted to document this. I'll also put a picture of all of this. Oh, one more thing. So this rocker switch, the dip switch rather, there's 8 switches there. 1 and 2 for this car. 1 and 2 came put in the on position, and it would work fine with 1 and 2 in the on position for a Mini with a smaller display. But this one has the 8.8-inch display. So I found by an AliExpress reviewer who had kindly posted a picture of what the dip switches did. I found that the third one had to be enabled in order for this display to be supported. So without that dip switch, the display was just black. It was still playing music through CarPlay and that, and you could connect your phone and all that, but it made me pretty nervous. I thought I had bricked my display. So anyway, that's the cheapo AliExpress wireless CarPlay box. it's a pretty sweet deal. I think we got it for 150 US dollars, which is you know, $200 Canadian or something like that, shipped. So it took a while. It took about 3.5 weeks to ship to Canada, to Ontario, but anyway, I will I'll put a link to the actual listing in the description for this video. And yeah, this will save you some money from upgrading to the Idrive 5 system with the touchscreen. You don't really need that if you can just do this. And it's a fairly clean install. Obviously it doesn't look totally stock with the with that black settings screen and all of that, but if you can look past this, it's pretty great. Okay, bye bye.